Hello and welcome to SalesSpeak Studio. My name is Suresh Balasubramanian. I am on a mission to make you better at sales. As I mentioned previously, there are 64 unique personality types, each with their own unique behavioral traits. And you will encounter one or more of these types as a customer in your sales career. Knowing their beliefs, their biases, their motivations, and their fears will equip you to break through and engage successfully with such customer personalities. In the last episode, we discussed the commander type of personality as a customer. A commander is a personality type who, as we have seen, is very high on logic and facts. They are task based and love telling or commanding. In today's session, we shall look at another personality type, what we call the navigator. Now, navigators, like the commanders, are high on logic and facts. They are extremely task oriented. But unlike the commanders, the navigators are the type who like to take in information. That is, their preference is to ask you about things, and they don't care much for emotions, intuition, and relationships. We look at the focus of attention. These are things that grab an individual's attention. In the case of the navigator, this type of personality thrives in the intellectual domain. That is, they are attracted towards data and lots of it. They prefer facts over anecdotes and have a very structured and a process-oriented thinking. Now, as a seller, how can you take advantage of your navigator's focus of attention? You can do two things. One, a navigator is a person who wants to see quantifiable results in each feature and step. Think of them like a ship's navigator. These people are continuously scanning the horizon, taking in lots of data while plotting a series of steps that will help get them to their goal in the most efficient manner. So make sure that you project your products and services giving measurable value to each. Secondly, as far as possible, give them a comprehensive and a comparative chart or tables for your products and services. This is what grabs their attention. The navigator derives energy from their analytical abilities. They prefer to be able to analyze and think about a situation in advance. The more they learn, the more empowered they feel. And they like emotional autonomy. That is, they generally do not like to get directly involved or intimate with the situation. Their preference is to observe and analyze from a distance. When you have such a customer, what you can do to fuel their energy is to provide them with as much information as possible that will allow the navigator to take slow but decisive decisions. This is where navigators differ from commanders, whose preference is to be able to take rapid and decisive decisions. Focus of avoidance are things that customers hate and want to stay away from. The one thing that every navigator hates are intrusive people and situations that demand too much of their time. They also hate being in situations where they feel inadequate and are unprepared for a meeting or a discussion. Being pressured to take action immediately is something that a navigator dislikes. What this means to you as a seller is to not try and rush navigators into a decision. Give them adequate space and time to ponder over the data and trust them to make the right decision. When you get into a meeting with a navigator profile, make sure that you stick to the agenda. Any deviation from the topic or agenda agreed to will cause frustration to the navigator. Finally, a navigator's mentality and approach while arriving at a decision is that they want to know everything about a product or a service beforehand. They want to be able to stick to the process, and any deviation from the process is not acceptable to them. So when you are facing a navigator as a customer, do not take shortcuts. Do not be pushy, and make sure that you follow the rules and give them the time and space to analyze and arrive at a decision. Every navigator only believes in data and factual information that can be corroborated. For them, the world is in two colors, black and white. They don't understand or recognize shades of gray. Also, they thrive on process-based thinking and approach because they believe that everything must conform to a strict process or steps. Now, a good way to uncover a navigator's beliefs and biases would be to ask them beforehand as to how do they evaluate new options before making a purchase decision. That will get the navigator to open up and have them tell you what all specific things that they require and the specific steps they follow to arrive at a decision. I want you to think about one of your customer accounts where you have such a navigator profile as a decision maker. Think about how you may want to structure your approach and conversations with this customer for your next meeting with them. Remember, like I told you, it is you who must adapt and flex to your customer style and not the other way around. I hope you found this session valuable. Reach out to me if you'd like to discuss a specific situation that you're facing in your customer organization that I could help you with. In the next session, we shall discuss another interesting personality type, the caregiver, and how to deal with a caregiver profile as a customer. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I'm eager to hear your comments, feedback, and about topics that you may like me to cover in the coming sessions. Till next week, happy selling.